I'd like to call the September 27th, 2023 meeting of the Ogden Town Board to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd ask that you remain standing for a moment of silent reflection and prayer for our military servicemen and women serving around the world, as well as for our first responders. Thank you. Thank you all for attending. We've got a number of items as part of our regular town board meeting, and after that we will have two presentations at a work session. So let's start today with approval of the minutes, Resolution 241.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Tom, seconded by Councilman Baker. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, we have privilege of the floor. Is there anyone here that wishes to address the board at this time? Seeing none, I will close privilege of the floor. And we will move into reports from town officers. I've got a lot to get to tonight, so I'll be brief in my report. We had a very good steering committee meeting for the comprehensive plan last week, where we talked a lot about parks and our future land use maps, which I know that the board will want to pay a lot of attention to and weigh in on as the drafts come available. That's just where we kind of see future land use in the town, and either decide that we feel like certain areas of the town should be protected as green space, or where we feel like that's prime spots for rezoning. I actually think the current map, which is about 10 years old, is pretty accurate, with some wiggle room here and there, but that'll be a good topic of conversation when that comes to the board later on. We started our department head management training last week. Thought that was a good step in the right direction. The town had quite a bit of homecoming participation. I was glad to really be involved in quite a bit of that between They asked me to do the coin toss for homecoming, and I was like, oh man, the big football game. No, it was for Powder Puff, but that was still a lot of fun. And man, I couldn't, there were so many people at that game, and I know that Chief led the parade the next day, and the weekend just seemed to go really, really well. So in any way, shape, or form, it's really nice to just have that continued collaboration with the school district. As you'll note in the packet, and as we've discussed, we are getting ready for our reval next year, town-wide, and with that, we had already budgeted for, but had not fully staffed our assessor's office, and some of the resolutions that we are looking at tonight aims to restaff those. We are unfortunately in receipt of two retirements of gentlemen that have been here a good long time, 35 and 40 years respectively. That's John Eckhout and Dave Fairley. Very sad to see them go, very excited for them in their retirements as well. And other than that, we have just been every minute of every day really going through the budget, past practices, and some new ways to look at things that I'll bring to the board in the coming weeks. Excited for that. So that's all I have. Councilman Baker.
Not much. I just want to congratulate both Dave Fairley and John Eckhout on their years of service to the town. They've both got big shoes to fill, and just know from my job and what I do that replacing both of them is a challenge, and I just want to congratulate both of them on jobs well done. So.
And we will be celebrating them at upcoming events, upcoming board meetings. So great, thank you for that.
That's it.
Councilman Gerbino.
Yeah, a prelude to a couple of things coming down the line, but over the past month, I'd spoken to Parks and Recreation Director Hanson and also Chief Gray about possible fence on the east side of the building that would affect both PD and Recreation at the same time. After independent walkthroughs with both of them, and then Highway Superintendent Dan Wolf for some input, I'm bringing it up now way in advance of anything that's actually going to take place because there is a process, but I was impressed with just how quickly they actually settled on a plan. So 3 department heads, and moving forward, it seems like it's going to be reasonably seamless, and then it becomes the work of the board. Also, Parks, Building, and Highway departments on another front came together to accomplish a quick and efficient removal of what was an old concession stand that was determined to be defective at Pineway Ponds, as well as a few other things that Highway assisted Parks with. So again, 3 different department heads, seamless and much accomplished. So I just think it's of note. It benefits the town across.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sal. Councilman Hinman?
Couple things at the planning board, the 7 Turner Drive, that application came before them. They tabled it just because they wanted more information, and it's just something that's going on, but they were it was a good discussion, and there was a lot of the public showed up for it, so it was good turnout. But also, it's just something based on what we had talked about last meeting, as far as turnout, as far as who was there, as far as the board. Only 4 members showed up for that one, so going to what we voted on last time, it is something that's necessary, so I'm glad we voted on it, but, because they barely able to have quorum, so that's all I got.
Thank you. Councilman Thoms?
Thank you. I also would like to extend congratulations to David Fairley. Went to high school with David, actually, known him for well over 50 years. And coincidentally, also John Eckhout, I've known him longer than that. Joe Eckhout, his father, was a sergeant and was a neighbor of ours on Colby Street for many years, so congratulations, both of them.
Yeah, great
Thank
man. Thank you, Steve. Superintendent of Highways is at a training this week, so Clerk Burley.
We are just real busy collecting school taxes. Couple more days and we will be wrapping it up.
How's that going? Everybody super happy with their school tax?
Yeah. It's been lots of fun. To say the least. The
Sounds
increases
good.
is really hurting a lot of people.
Yeah, understood. And our town attorney is also out of town. So there being no unfinished business, we will move into new business. Madam Clerk, if you wouldn't mind.
Resolution 242, negative declaration of environmental significance for local law number 9/2023.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerbino, seconded by Councilman Hinman. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 243, authorizing the enactment of local law number 9/2023. A local law of the town of Ogden proposing to establish an alternate membership position on both the zoning board of appeals and the planning board of the town of Ogden, which alternate member shall be entitled to serve whenever there is an absence of a presently appointed member, or when a presently appointed member has a conflict of interest, precluding their participation in a particular application.
So moved. Second?
Moved by Councilman Baker, seconded by Councilman Toms. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 244, appointing Ann Williams to the permanent position of full-time assistant assessor effective October 8th, 2023, with a 26-week probationary period.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerbino, seconded by Councilman Hinman. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 245, appointing Robin Winnington to the provisional position of full-time assessment clerk effective October 1st, 2023, with a 52-week probationary period that begins upon civil service permanent appointment.
So moved. Second?
Moved by Councilman Baker, seconded by Councilman Toms. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 246, approving the rehiring of Joseph Yunez as a non-competitive part-time assistant building inspector effective November 1st, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Hinman, seconded by Councilman Gerbino. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 247, authorizing the Town of Ogden Police Department to establish
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Councilman Gerbino, seconded by Councilman Toms. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 248, authorizing budget transfers associated with the purchase of new office furniture for town offices.
I'll move that.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Hinman, seconded by Councilman Baker. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next, please.
Resolution 249, authorizing the Ogden Highway Department to purchase 2 six-wheel dump trucks from Tracy Road Equipment and making budget adjustments necessary to make the purchase from the Highway Equipment Reserve.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Baker, seconded by Councilman Gerbino. I just want to say that this resolution is a correction, not a new purchase. Any discussion further than that? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. All right, I will make a motion that we move into work session,
Second?
seconded by Councilman Toms. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are in work session.